Tons of news dropping here on this Halloween day. We got a lot of stuff to get into here. Stuff about Midnight, stuff about retail, stuff about Remix. So let's just jump straight in. Your November trading post is here, and that's right, boys. We're getting one of the most epic mounts ever put on the trading post. You can call it whatever you want. The gravy train, the drumstick, the gobbler, the Tog Gobbler. I don't know what you want to call this thing. Blizzard calls it the prize turkey. It is, in fact, a turkey mount. That's right. We're getting a live in-game turkey mount. You'll be able to get this thing. Not sure if this is the end of trading post. It might be the end of trading post item. Also, a black colorway of this thing. Damn, this is an evil-looking fucking turkey. This is actually a badass mount. It's got some biscuits on the side, a little bit of gravy there, a little bit of pots and pans going on. Very, very nice. Highlands Gobbler, this one's called. So there you go. A bunch of other items will be available on this trading post as well. If you want to look like a pilgrim NPC, you can do that. A little handmaiden, maybe. This one reminds me of It, the movie, for sure. So some pretty cool Halloween-themed stuff here as well. A bunch of fall-related items here. So this is a nice little trading post. You're able to get some good stuff. Some really cool weapons as well related to Thanksgiving. We got some meaty-looking boys here. Smoked rib rack. That's right, a biscuit. For you French lovers out there, I should say. What is this thing called? A baguette. That's right. Yeah. A couple other things. Some corn, some harvesting items. Look very farmy. You got a full-on pot here. This shield actually looks freaking great. Like if I'm a panda tank, this is a great one to have. And then that's it, guys. Get your trading post items. Obviously, the Highlands Gobbler might be the end of trading post item there. So this is really cool. Nice stuff for November. Also, other nice things happening in November. That's right, beta access, guys. It's official. Beta will open up on November 11th. That means if you pre-ordered the expansion, the Epic Edition of the expansion, or maybe you won one of the Samiccus giveaways, you will get full beta access starting November 11th. So here we go. Let's see what's going to be granted with this thing. Getting started. Join us for testing of Midnight. Players who have opted in can be selected as testers. By the way, you can opt in and sign up to be a tester as well. I think if you don't have the app installed, yeah, there's some place that you go to sign up for this, but if you pre-order the Epic Edition, you are getting beta access automatically. Invitations will go out regularly throughout the test. If selected to participate in beta test, your Battle.net account is flagged for access. Players who upgrade to the Epic Edition will also gain beta access. Minimal delays of up to 30 minutes may be experienced when the launcher and a launcher restart may be required. Make sure your graphics are turned down, all this stuff. So make sure you download the PTR off your beta launcher, off your launcher. If you've never used the Blizzard launcher to log into anything but Retail WoW, it's right here. If you downloaded a PTR realm, it would be right here. You got to go ahead and just get yourself PTR access there. There's some directions in here, I believe, on how to do that. What will be available in beta? So first of all, you'll have the expansion introduction, levels 81 to 90, all zones. The battle between the Light and the Void spans across the 4 zones of Eversong Woods, Zolomon, Harandar, and the Void Storm. All will be available in beta. Silver Moon Hub City. New allied races, the Haranir, Devour, Demon Hunter Specialization, Void Elf, Demon Hunter, Erator's Journey, new dungeons, new delves, Prey, the Prey system, Argentina. This thing is interesting, by the way. We haven't really talked a lot about this, but this is like it's like a player hub in. It's very interesting, something that'll surely be used on Moonguard for inappropriate things, but for most people, it's going to be a place where you can kind of gather up with opposite factions and everything. It's really the Hearthstone in, if you've ever seen those cinematics, brought to reality in World of Warcraft. There's going to be more stuff going on with this thing, little NPCs showing up that can give special quests and stuff here and there, so this thing might be cool, an unsung hero of the expansion maybe. Also, new activities. Whether you're looking for a challenge or just want to do a little bit more exploration into the stories found in Midnight, we've got you covered with some new activities that make sure that we're sure will appeal to the play styles of the people. Okay, there you go. Journeys, engage in World of Warcraft content in a meaningful way with brand new feature tab in the adventure guide called Journeys with significant updates to how you track your in-game progress. We also got talent updates. That's going to be a big one. Talent updates and updates to player classes. I mean, all that's going to change up how people play their classes. That's going to probably be where most of the feedback needs to go, to be honest, because Blizzard's changing up how everyone's classes play. A lot of pruning has happened, so we'll be getting a lot of changes probably going forward with these class updates and everything else. I knew Sam was a monkey, just not at heart. I'm a beaver today. Profession updates and new recipes. PvP updates, new Epic Battleground can be tested. Slayers Rise World PvP. I would love to try this out. And training grounds. Housing. Endeavors will be able to be tested, a new player returning experience, and user interface updates. That's all in week 1. Weeks 2 and 3, limited raid testing, updated transmog system, Mythic Plus dungeons, Midnight Season 1 dungeons, upper tier level delves, and housing, additional testing there. So a bunch of stuff going on. Pre-purchase the Midnight expansion if you want to get the Epic Edition and get into beta. Also, oh, here it is right here. Sign up now. If you guys want to sign up for beta access, you can get signed up without purchasing the Epic Edition. I'll link this in chat, and I'll link it down below the video. Go ahead and click that link. Sign up, and hey, try to get beta access. Maybe you'll get lucky even if you didn't purchase the Epic Edition. Moving on to player housing, because there's going to be a lot of testing going on right now. Starting October 30th, which is actually yesterday, player housing opened up for guilds on the testing realm. So guys, even if you don't own the Epic Edition, you don't got to wait for the testing realms to open up for beta. You can get in right now, and Blizzard wants you to test this out as far as guild housing goes. Sean, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Welcome to our Scourge, man. So that's right, guild housing will be testable. Guys, you already know. And Chad, I want to form up a guild just for this reason. I've never formed a guild in, I take that back. I have formed up guilds in the game before, but have not been part of a guild for quite a long time. Certainly not since I started streaming all those years ago. So this will be the first guild I ever formed since I started streaming. I literally just want to do it just so the neighborhood has all the people that we know in the community, and it kind of expands the size of the neighborhood, right? You can have kind of unlimited size with this thing. So we'll see. They say unlimited. We'll see if there's actual limits to this thing. I'm sure that's going to be tested out here. All the existing neighborhoods have been reset if you had been testing prior to this, and this is really about testing out the guild-related features for player housing. So we'll see how all that goes. You can also test out the new decor catalog. That's right. Blizzard creating a searchable catalog for you to be able to find your items. Obviously, something that's going to be needed. I'm sure the amount of items we're going to have is going to be astronomical. Also, don't forget all of your achievements, guys, that you've been getting all this time are going to automatically grant you items for player housing that they're supposed to. So this is all retroactive. You're probably going to open up this catalog day one and have a ton of items that you can actually use. So Sam dressed up as himself, exactly. Tons of other things that you'll be able to do. Sam size confirmed. That's right. That's right. And basically, guys, you'll be testing out all these different things, these different stuff, and also testing out the guild features of player housing. Besides that, new Paladins. Do we not have enough Paladins in this game already, guys? It is the most played class in the game. Well, we're going to be having some more Paladins. Maybe. Are Kaltirans and Void Elves becoming Paladins? This is very interesting. Now, this is not just a theory. There's data mined shit right now to back this up, surprisingly. So, the light is shining brighter than ever at midnight, where Azeroth's heroes rally against the Void, with Paladins and Priests taking the center stage. And even more surprisingly, cameo from Leroy Jenkins, the expansion feels like a love letter to all things holy. As the Battle.net Sunwall looms, Okay, here we go. This is it. Screenshots from Dune Blessed on X have uncovered 2 spells added to the Midnight expansion that are restricted to the Paladin class. Waycrest Griffin and the Star-Cursed Voidsteeder. Very interesting stuff. Again, restricted to Paladins only. Definitely related. Waycrest, I would say, definitely related to Kaltirans. And Void Elf, this is definitely a Void Elf related mount here with the Voidsteer. So what is going on? Why would they be getting Paladin related mounts when these two can't be Paladins? And interestingly enough, if Blizzard does introduce more Paladins into the game, one, would they really give Void Elves Paladins right now? They're already getting a new class, or I should say spec, with Demon Hunters going forward. They're also getting, what's it called? A new storyline and everything else, all the things that are happening with Void Elves. And then on top of that, would Blizzard really grant Paladins only to 2 Alliance races, right? We're getting Kaltirans and Void Elves. Those are both Alliance-based races. If I saw a balance here where we're getting maybe one on the Horde, one on the Alliance, that would make more sense. Who on the Horde would be a Paladin? I think undead paladins have been called for quite a while, and I do think they are deservedly up in line next to become paladins, considering people died when they were paladins, all right? Like, there's literally paladins who died fighting off the scourge. Why can't they continue to practice the art of paladinness in undeath? So I think that would be a cool one for the Horde. We'll see if this actually happens and what this means, but it's very, very interesting that Blizzard would put 2 paladin mounts on 2 races that currently can't be paladins. Also, the names are very star-cursed, and the Waycrest Griffin, that's some interesting stuff here, so we'll see if any of this actually comes to fruition. Would I bet that more races are going to be able to be paladins in the Midnight expansion? Yeah, I think that's a fair bet, honestly. I think that could happen. Would I bet it on being Void Elves? That's an interesting one. I'm not sure. Didn't see that one coming if it does happen. Okay, another thing, maybe not so good news, guys. This one makes me kind of sad. Blizzard's added a new currency onto what looks like is going to be the WoW store, guys. And what does this look like? Well, this looks like player housing specific currency, guys. One thing that troubles me about this is you got player housing currency, so, you know, you're adding digital currency on top of digital currency. This is what happens when you really try to start siphoning the dick off of your customers when it comes to money, right? The only reason why you create another in-game currency is to try to kind of play people into spending more money in your game. So we have what looks like player housing in-game currency. For sure, we already knew player housing items are going to be showing up on the WoW store. No doubt about it. I really believe that's why they created player housing, because it is going to be a shop boon for the game in terms of making money off of people. But this also kind of concerns me when it comes to player housing items on the trading post. Blizzard did comment about that. They said maybe 6 months out into the expansion, you'll start to see some housing items show up on the trading post. But they did say right now they're trying to figure out how they want to do it. Seeing a housing-specific currency makes me think that is looking less likely. I'm not sure how they're going to do this, or if you're going to be able to get this currency in-game. Probably not. This is going to be a purchasable currency, most likely. Another way to kind of get your money going into the direction of currencies that are stuck into the game so they can siphon more money out at you. You don't notice how much you're spending. All those kind of sick practices that the game industry does with digital currencies. This just capitalizes on all that. So yeah, purchase a currency. I know. That just looks like props. No, it's not. I mean, these are definitely in-game currencies. Most definitely. They even have like different amounts. We've seen this shit before. Purchasing different stacks at different amounts gives you a discount, right, for how many you purchase. Yeah, I would definitely say this is a housing currency. No doubt. And this will be something probably used on the WoW store. Unfortunate. But yeah, most likely. Yeah, seen that in D4. Yeah, they've done this kind of stuff before. Okay, moving on. Legion Remix. Guys, what happened to the artifact skins we were supposed to get? Do you guys remember that we were told that we'd be getting a bunch of colorways to our artifact weapons, some of the old ones, and maybe even some new additions to them? Well, those blue posts were deleted. Interestingly enough, those blue posts no longer exist, and people are looking for those colorways that Blizzard promised and haven't found them. So it looks like they've just decided to remove that plan from the game. That's right, your different tints for your Legion artifact weapons might not be happening anymore. Now, I agree with the end of this post here. If Blizzard really did have plans to kind of pull back on this idea, it's better to post a response to the original post rather than just blatantly delete the post and go running home to your mommy. So this is different. I don't know how this is going to work, if this is actually going to happen anymore. Blizzard's going to retract this. Maybe they have a new post coming out about a new update, maybe for more colorways. We'll see. But right now, it looks like we're no longer going to get those colorways. That stuff is becoming illegal. Yeah, J-Mall, you talk about the currency in Europe. Yeah, we talked about that. That stuff could be illegal, so we'll see what Blizzard does from there. And then finally here, the secret finders. The secret finding community is absolutely outrageous in World of Warcraft, and they did it again. They found Zai's trusted gear glider, or trustee's gear glider. It kind of just looks like another disc mount. These are probably some of the least exciting mounts there are in the game. But yeah, there is a secret finders disc mount you can get out there, as well as probably the more interesting thing, the cartel transmorpher. That's right, you can look like a cartel person. So now there's a transmorpher out there for to become a oh god. Why am I drawing a blank on them? Ethereal. And then the other one, you can become one of the cartel people. So there you go. Interestingly enough, not playable, but hey, you can be one. So there you go. I don't wonder what the animations look like when you're using them. There's a ton of stuff on this Secret Finders list on how to do this shit. Lots of coordinates, different things. I'll link this in the chat and down below as well. You guys can go ahead and try to find that secret. You did it in one day, really. It takes 3 weeks, but I guess now with everything out, people can do it in one day, maybe? I don't know. I haven't looked into what's actually required for this thing, but there it is, the Secret Finder. Get yourself a disc and become a cartel. And that is all in terms of news.